I was taken when Bavino says that Alex, we know the victim's name now is Alex Pretti. He's 37 years old. He's an ICU nurse. He says he approached them with a handgun, but we'll go back and we'll try to figure out. In the video we have, we don't see that.
We don't see that.
We don't see him, and that he wanted to do maximum damage. We never see him like approaching the several agents, at least 5
because
of them.
that's what that description puts in your head.
Right, in your head when you hear someone approached and
with a 9mm semi-automatic weapon, yes.
And you think an educated ICU nurse,
and this
unless he was really intent, and we don't know his intent, on hurting, shooting, killing these people, who in their right mind is going to pull out a gun in front of heavily armed federal agents conducting their operation? We see a struggle, we see a scuffle, we see Pretti trying to help a woman as ICE agents pull him off. So this idea of approach with a handgun, we don't, not that it didn't happen, we don't know.
Sure.
But based on what we know right now, it's hard to understand, because that does put an idea in your mind when you say someone approached me with a handgun. And that's not what we see. And we did try to ask about that, by the way, directly. Our reporter Connor did said, hey, we didn't, and Bavino did not.
Let's go back.
We
just actually got Alex's picture for the first time, and this is central to this whole morning. I mean, I think one thing everyone can agree on is that it is very sad that a life has been lost. We do have some information on Alex. We know that he is 37 years old. The Associated Press talked with his parents and said he is an ICU nurse, obviously someone who is a healer, a helper. That's how he is described. We also were told by the police chief that they quickly looked into his record, and they said what we found was a few traffic citations. That's what they said as far as that, and they said he had a lawful permit to carry a weapon. It's something Governor Walz brought up in his press conference too, right? So we know that there are people mourning. We know there are some of you watching who know Alex right now, and we will continue to try and figure out more about his life, as we have so many questions in this moment.
We want to go to our Caroline Cummings, who is at the State Operations Center. And Caroline, we were discussing earlier about the scene and what we've learned about what happened, and you asked that question in the press conference. Yeah. Just give some of your additional thoughts.
Right. So, yeah, we just heard from the governor and his public safety commissioner, Bob Jacobson, and it comes as the Bureau of Criminal Apprehension sent a post on social media just minutes before that press conference where they said, quote, our agents and crime scene personnel attempted to access the location but were blocked by DHS personnel at the scene. Now, you heard me, as you mentioned, ask Bob Jacobson about that. To what extent is the state involved in any investigation, right? Why does that matter? Because there was a lot of contention between the state and the feds over the Renee Good shooting investigation. The BCA said that they were blocked from accessing evidence in that case. Multiple public officials, including the governor, asked the federal government to reassess that position, to let them have access to that evidence in the Renee Good shooting. So I asked that question of Commissioner Jacobson, and he said the BCA was on the ground, but he was kind of hinting at a confrontation where he said, federal law enforcement left. They were then BCA and other local state agents were on the scene, and it was kind of a chaotic scene. They had to make it more secure. So again, we know that the BCA says that the agents at the crime scene were attempting to access that location, and then they were blocked by DHS. That's according to the BCA's post. And also, we heard from the governor where he said he spoke to the White House this morning. Now, it's unclear if he spoke to the president directly or if he spoke to his staff, but he said in, quote, no uncertain terms that he believes that the federal government can not be trusted in this investigation, which, as we've noted earlier on this broadcast, there are community members who are seeing these videos go out there, then they hear what DHS is saying moments after it happened, and there is some distrust there. And the governor is saying, the federal government can't be trusted in this. Another point that's important is that Bob Jacobson, the public safety commissioner, told protesters to be peaceful, act peacefully, calls for calm.